Chapter 8 Cell, the Unit of Life. When you look around, you see both living and non living things. You must have wondered and asked yourself, what is that makes an organism living, or what is it that inanimate thing doesn't have which a living thing has? The answer to this presence of the basic unit of life. The cell in all living organisms. All organisms are composed of cells. Some are composed of a single cell and are called as unicellular organisms, while the others, like us, composed of many cells, are called as multicellular organisms. 8.1 What is it? Is a cell? Unicellular organisms are capable of independent existence and performing the essential function of life. Anything less than a complete structure of a cell does not ensure independent living. Hence, cell is the fundamental structure and functional unit of living organisms. Antonin Leeuwenhoek first saw and described a living cell. Robert Brown later discovered the nucleus. The invention of the microscope and its improvement leading to the electron microscope revealed all the structural details of the cell. 8.2 Cell Theory. In 1838, Matthew Schleiden, a German botanist, examined a large number of plants and observed that all plants are composed of different kinds of cells, which form the tissues of the plant. At about the same time, Theodore Schwann, 1839, a British geologist, studied different kinds of cells, animal cells, and reported that cells had a thin outer layer which is today known as the plasma membrane. He also concluded, based on his studies on plant tissues, that the presence of cell wall is a unique characteristic of plant cells. On the basis of this, Schwann proposed the hypothesis that the bodies of animals and plants are composed of cells and product of cells. Sheldon and Schwann together formulated the cell theory. This theory, however, did not explain as to how new cells were formed. Rudolf Virchow, 1855, first explained that cells divided and new cells are formed from pre-existing cells. Omnis cella e cella. He modified the hypothesis of Sheldon and Schwann to give the cell theory to a final shape. Cell theory as understood today is number 1. All living organisms are composed of cells and product of cells. Number 2. All cells are raised from pre-existing cells. 8.3 An overview of cell. We have earlier observed cells in an onion peel and or woman cheek cells under the microscope. Let us recollect their structures. The onion cells, which is a typical plant cell, has distinct cell wall as its outer boundary and just within it is a cell membrane. The cells of the woman chick have an outer membrane as the delimiting structure of the cell. Inside each cell is a dense membrane bound structure called nucleus. This nucleus contains the chromosome, which in turn contains the genetic material, DNA. Cells that have membrane bound nuclei are called eukaryotic, whereas cells that lack a membrane bound nucleus are called prokaryotic. In both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, a semi fluid matrix called cytoplasm occupies the volume of the cell. The cytoplasm is the main arena of cellular activities in both the plants and animal cells. Various chemical reactions occur in it to keep the cells in the living state. Besides the nucleus, the eukaryotic cells have other membrane bound distinct structures called organelles, like the endoplasmic reticulum, the Golgi complex, lysosomes, the mitochondria, microbodies, and vacuoles. The prokaryotic cells lack such membrane-bound organelles. Ribosomes are non-membrane-bound organelles found in all cells, both eukaryotic as well as prokaryotic. Within the cell, ribosomes are found not only in the cytoplasm but also within the two organelles, chloroplasts and mitochondria on rough endoplasmic reticulum. Animal cells contain another non-membrane bound organelle called centriole, which helps in cell division. Cells differ greatly in size, shapes, and activities. For example, mycoplasma, the smallest cell, are only 0.3 micrometer in length, which bacteria could be 3 to 5 micrometer. The largest isolated single cell is the egg of an ostrich. Among multicellular organisms, human red blood cells are about 7 micrometer in diameter. Nerve cells are some of the longest cells. Cells also vary greatly in their shape. They may be disc-like, polygonal, columnar, cuboid, thread-like, or even irregular. The shape of the cell may vary with the function of they perform. 8.4 Prokaryotic cells. The prokaryotic cells are represented by bacteria, blue-green algae, mycoplasma, and PPLO, pleuropneumonia-like organisms. They are generally smaller and multiply more rapidly than the eukaryotic cells. They may vary greatly in shape and size. The four basic shapes of the bacteria are bacillus bracket rod-like, coccus bracket spherical, vibrio bracket comma-shaped, and spirillum bracket spiral. The organization of the prokaryotic cell is fundamentally similar even though prokaryotic exhibit a wide variety of shapes and functions. All prokaryotes have a cell wall surrounding the cell membrane. The fluid matrix filling the cell is the cytoplasm. There is no well-defined nucleus. The genetic material is basically naked, not enveloped by a nuclear membrane. In addition to the genomic DNA, the single chromosome or circular DNA, many bacteria have small circular DNA outside the genomic DNA. The smaller DNA are called plasmids. The plasmid DNA confers certain unique phenotypic characters to such bacteria. One such character is resistance to antibiotics. In higher classes, you will learn that this plasmid DNA is used to monitor bacterial transformation with foreign DNA. Nuclear membrane is found in eukaryotes. No organelles like one in the eukaryotes are found in prokaryotes except ribosome. Prokaryotes have something unique in the form of inclusions. A specialized differentiated form of cell membrane called mesosomes is the characteristic of prokaryotes. They are essential enfoldings of the cell membrane. 8.4.1 Cell envelope and its modifications. Most prokaryotic cells, particularly the bacterial cells, have chemically complex cell envelope. The cell envelope consists of a tightly bound three-layer structure, that is the outermost calyx, followed by the cell wall and then the plasma membrane. Although each layer of the envelope performs the distinct functions, they act together as a single protective unit. Bacteria can be classified into two groups on the basis of the difference in the cell envelopes and the manner in which they respond to the staining procedure developed by Gram-Witz. Those that take up the Gram stain are called Gram-positive, and the others that do not are called the Gram-negative bacteria. Glycocalyx differs in composition and thickness among different bacteria. It could be a loose sheath called the slime layer in some, while in others it may be a thick tuft and called capsule. The cell wall determines the shape of the cell and provides a strong structural support to prevent the bacterium from bursting or collapsing. The the plasma membrane is semi-permeable in nature and interacts with the outside world. This membrane is similar structurally to the eukaryotes. A special membranous structure is called mesosome, which is formed by the extensions of plasma membrane into the cell. These extensions are in the form of vesicles, tubules, and lamella. They help in the wall formation, DNA replication, and distribution to the daughter cells. They also help in respiration secretion process to increase the surface area of the plasma membrane and enzymatic contact. In some prokaryotes, like cyanobacteria, there are other membranous sections into the cytoplasm called chromatophores which contain pigments. Bacterial cells may be motile or non-motile. If motile, they have thin filamentous extensions from their cell wall and called flagella. Bacteria show a range in the number and arrangement of flagella. Bacterial flagellum is composed of three parts: filament, hook, and basal body. The filament is the longest portion and extends from the cell surface to the outside. Besides flagella, pili and fimbriae are also surface structures of the bacteria, but do not play a role in motility. The pili are elongated tubular structures made of a special protein. The fimbriae are small bristle-like fibers sprouting out of the cell. In some bacteria, they are known to help attach to the bacteria to rocks in streams and also to the host tissues. 8.4.2 Ribosomes and inclusion bodies. In prokaryotes, ribosomes are associated with the plasma membrane of the cell. They are